In the world of money, most coins are ordinary. They pass through hands, pockets, and registers without a second thought. But once in a generation, a coin appears that was never meant to exist. A coin born not from design, but from error. Today, we are telling the story of a penny that rewrote numismatic history. A penny created during war. A penny struck by accident. A penny so rare that it has sold for more than luxury homes. This is the story of the 1943 copper Lincoln cent. A coin that turned a simple 1-cent piece into one of the most valuable objects ever produced by the United States Mint. To understand this coin, we must go back to 1943. The United States was fully engaged in World War II. Factories ran day and night. Steel, copper, and nickel were no longer just metals. They were weapons. Copper was essential for ammunition, electrical wiring, military equipment. The government made a decision. Copper could no longer be wasted on pennies. So for the first and only time in U.S. history, the mint changed the composition of the 1-cent coin. Instead of copper, pennies would be made from steel coated with zinc. This was not a minor change. It altered the sound, color, and feel of American money overnight. And it set the stage for a legendary mistake. In early 1943, the U.S. Mint began striking steel cents at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. Over 1 billion steel pennies were produced. At first, people were confused. The coins looked silver. They rusted when damaged. They stuck to magnets.
I'm sorry, sir.
Vending machines rejected them. The public complained. Banks complained. Merchants complained. But the mint had no choice. The war came first. What no one realized at the time was that a few copper planchets from 1942 were still hiding inside the minting presses. And those forgotten blanks would create history. At some point during production, a tiny number of copper blanks were accidentally fed into the presses. No alarm sounded. No worker noticed. The presses struck them just like any other coin. A 1943 date. A Lincoln portrait. But struck on solid copper, not steel. These coins entered circulation unnoticed. They bought newspapers. They bought candy. They disappeared into pockets. At the time, nobody imagined that a mistake worth 1 cent would one day be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The first reports of copper 1943 pennies surfaced in the late 1940s. Collectors were skeptical. The mint was skeptical. The U.S. Mint even issued statements saying, "These coins do not exist." But they did. As more examples surfaced, experts began testing them. Weight. Composition. Strike details. The truth became impossible to deny. The rarest American penny had been born. Today, experts believe only 20 to 40 genuine examples exist across all mints. Estimated breakdown. Philadelphia, around 15 to 20. Denver, possibly 1 or 2. San Francisco, fewer than 10. To put that into perspective, more people have climbed Mount Everest. More people have traveled to space. More people own Picasso paintings than own a genuine 1943 copper penny. This is not just rare. This is historic level rarity. So what is it worth? That depends on condition and mint mark.
50,000.
Verified auction results. Low-grade examples, $100,000 to $200,000. Mid-grade coins, $300,000 to $500,000. Top examples, over $1 million. One of the finest known examples sold for more than $1.7 million. And values continue to rise. Why? Because no more can ever be made. And collectors around the world want one thing. What no one else can have. With great value comes great deception. Most 1943 copper pennies are fake. Common tricks include copper-plated steel cents, altered 1948 pennies, re-engraved dates. That is why authentication is critical. Real coins do not stick to magnets. Weigh about 3.11 grams. Are confirmed by PCGS or NGC. Without certification, the coin is just a story. With certification, it becomes history. This coin represents more than money. It represents wartime sacrifice, human error, industrial history, the unpredictability of value. It proves that mistakes can become treasures, and that history sometimes hides in plain sight. A simple penny, a massive legacy. The 1943 copper penny was never meant to exist. But it does. And because it does, it reminds us of something important. Value is not always planned. History is not always intentional. And sometimes, the smallest objects carry the greatest stories. So the next time you see a penny, look twice. Because once in a lifetime, 1 cent can change everything.